The Disneyland Twins, The Dark Secret Beneath the Magic. Narrated in a calm, documentary tone, like a YouTube true mystery video. The happiest place on earth. It was a sunny morning in the summer of 1985. Families flooded through the gates of Disneyland, California, the place where dreams were supposed to come true. Laughter filled the air, balloons drifted above the crowd, and the sound of the parade echoed through Main Street. Among the visitors that day was a small family from Taiwan, a mother, father, and their 8-year-old twin daughters, Xiao and Xiaolan. The twins wore matching pink dresses and Minnie Mouse ears. They held each other's hands tightly as they smiled for photos beside Mickey Mouse near Sleeping Beauty's castle. It was the last photograph ever taken of them. The vanishing. At around 2:40 p.m., the family stopped at a snack stand near It's a Small World. Their mother turned for just a moment to buy ice cream. When she turned back, the twins were gone. At first, it seemed like any parent's worst moment. Maybe they just wandered into the crowd. Security was called, announcements were made, the ride stopped. For hours, workers and guards combed every corner of the park. But there was no sign of the girls, no footprints, no screams, no witnesses. By nightfall, the search had expanded beyond Disneyland's gates. Helicopters scanned the nearby streets. Police dogs searched the park overnight. Nothing. The twins had vanished as if the park itself had swallowed them whole. The investigation. Over the following weeks, Disneyland cooperated with investigators. More than 200 employees were interviewed. The park's security footage, limited and grainy in 1985, showed almost nothing useful. The last known sighting was that photo with Mickey Mouse. But when investigators examined it closely, something felt strange. In the background, partly hidden by the parade crowd, stood a man in a costume that didn't match any official Disneyland design. A Mickey suit that looked too tall, too old, the eyes slightly off-center. The man was never identified. Time and silence. As the years passed, the case grew cold. The twins' parents returned home, broken and silent. Disneyland moved on. The story became a whisper, a rumor told among employees during late-night cleanups. Some said the park was cursed. Others claimed to hear children laughing behind closed maintenance doors. But officially, the case was closed, unsolved. 28 years later. It was the summer of 2013. Disneyland was renovating an old section beneath It's a Small World, a storage and repair area no longer used by the public. During the construction, workers discovered a sealed trapdoor hidden under decades of paint and flooring. When they opened it, a wave of cold air drifted out and a smell that no one could mistake. Inside was a narrow tunnel, lined with old costumes, props, and decaying plaster masks. The deeper they went, the stranger it became. Walls covered in faded children's drawings of Mickey and Minnie, and on the floor, a small pink shoe. DNA testing would later confirm what no one wanted to believe. Human remains found in the tunnel matched the missing twins, Xiao and Xiaolan. The man behind the mask. Hidden records and forgotten employee files led investigators to a former park worker named Gerald Lawson, who had disappeared in late 1985, around the same time as the twins. Gerald was once a costume technician, the person who repaired and cleaned the park's character outfits. But co-workers described him as strange. He spent hours alone in the costume rooms, sometimes sleeping in them. He once told a colleague that when he wore the Mickey suit, he felt more real than when he was himself. Security logs showed he was on duty that day, but after the disappearance, he never came back. Disney quietly removed his name from their records. Authorities believe Lawson used his access to the underground maintenance tunnels to lure the children away, a space few people even knew existed. He vanished without a trace. Some say he died down there. Others believe he escaped, still living under another name. The secret beneath the magic. When the tunnels were sealed again, the official report simply said, Old maintenance area, hazardous materials, restricted access. But former workers have spoken anonymously. They claim that even after the tunnels were closed, strange noises could still be heard at night. Laughing, humming, and the faint squeak of Mickey's oversized shoes echoing through the dark. Disney has never officially acknowledged the discovery. The family of the twins received an anonymous letter with no return address. Inside was a photo, the same picture from 1985. Only this time, the faces of the twins were gone. What remains? Today, the story of Xiao and Xiaolon has become an internet legend. Some call it a hoax. Others believe it's one of the few dark truths Disney tried to bury. But one thing is certain. Behind the bright lights and smiling faces, even the happiest place on earth has shadows. And sometimes the magic hides more than it reveals. Soft background music fades.